If you want to know how I transformed this plain artwork into this, be sure to stay tuned. This project is rated E for everyone, easy, and very inexpensive. For the first half of this project, you'll need acrylic paint and a few paintbrushes. Now, I'm going to give you a little tip. Because my canvases were pretty large, I needed to extend this paint, otherwise I would never be able to cover these canvases with the little paint that I have. So I figured out that you can mix fabric softener with acrylic paint. This gives you a lot more paint to work with. It smells amazing and it allows your paint to last longer actually. Starting off with painting circles of different variations, you'll want to do one color at a time. As you saw, I started with just blue, then I went to my yellows, and then etc. to our next color. We want to do all of this at one time. So if you start with the blue, do all of the blues. Start with yellow, do all of the yellows, then start with the next color and keep that going. There is no rhyme or rhythm to where the placement of the circles are, but I just knew that I didn't want them to be identical. And I wanted to have some contrast between them because they will be right beside each other. And my colors, well, I've just had this little thing for colors lately. And so my house is pretty plain, neutral, browns, creams, whites. It was definitely time to get something that pops. And this is going to be the start of my color. I tried my best to cover all of the white in the background, but there were some spots that still showed through. So it's okay if you have a few small gaps of white. It's fine. It's not going to destroy the project. If you don't like the white gaps in the background, you could just fill the space in or draw a circle right over that. And because we're human, our circles are not perfect. You'll want to come in with black paint and we're going to seal the ends right where the circles meet each other. We're just going to cover it with black paint. Make the lines as clean as possible. It does not have to be perfect. The only thing I require of you is to just do your best. Just do your best at painting solid colors and getting neat lines around your circles. When you put that minimum effort in there, you're gonna get good results. And then I went to Walmart to pick out paint samples for my project. I mean my bedroom. Look y'all, they're free, okay? They're free. I selected the colors for my art project. The goal is to get the same color in different variations. So you'll do that with each color. So if you have pink, you'll get a pink, a peach, and a different kind of pink, etc. Keep that going for each color. I then cut off both ends of the sample because there are words that state what color it is and you don't want that on there. Then we're just going to trim that into an oval in a sense. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. I realized that I was trying to make everything round, but really to have some uneven edges is perfectly fine. This is just going to give this picture a really nice look. So that's okay if they're not evenly cut. We just want to stick to the thought of an oval. But if you have smaller circles, you're going to want to cut them smaller. So they could be circles, etc. They could be any shape to fit the shapes that you have painted and filled with whatever color. And we're going to speed this process up because I have tons of colors to cut. I would say cut as you go along. Don't just cut random colors and different shapes. Let's just say you have two canvases like myself. If you have yellows on both of those canvases, then you'll want to cut out your yellow samples and fill both of those canvases before moving on to the next color. Lay everything out before you finish so that you know you have enough. When I initially started my painting, I realized that I wanted pastel colors and not these hard blues and reds. But once I added my sample cuts on here, that changed the game. I cannot explain what it did, but all those variation of colors that we see right now, something about my brain just loves it. And that's why I said do your best. This part is going to obliterate your mistakes. So once we have all of this laid out, oh, and by the way, I'm going to be honest with you, the mess was horrible. I mean, there were cuts and papers and everything. It was just all over the floor, okay? So just keep that in mind. This project can get messy and that's okay. I would recommend do this over a hard floor versus a carpet like I did. But if you have a vacuum, that'll get the job done. Now I'm using the scraps from the samples to make the legs of this project. From here, you'll also need to prepare your hot glue gun, and while that waits to heat up, you can actually begin the process of, I'm not sure if the right word is crimping, but you'll want to bend each piece of paper into this shape right here. And you can do that as a group, by the way. Put maybe 5 pieces of paper together, bend them all, and then they all should pretty much have that shape. From there, we'll flip our sample piece over to the unfinished side. We'll connect 1/2 of our leg there with hot glue, and then we'll put hot glue on the bottom of that leg and attach that to the base of our canvas. Each piece will look something like this, but in this video I'm going to give you multiple visuals, so if you didn't get it the first time, you'll see me do it again now, so pay close attention. As you're watching this, I wanted to mention to you, when you first started painting your project, make sure you clean up any unfinished edges. If it gets on the side, as you see paint marks kind of on the frame of my picture, you'll want to fix that before doing all of this. In case you're wondering, I actually purchased this frame from Roses. Everything is attached and non-removable. I did put some contact paper on the perimeter of the canvas so that I could cover up the ugly frame that it actually had. And with that said, I did use some alcohol to clean where I accidentally got paint on the frame. And not so much that the frame was ugly, but it just wasn't convenient. The color wasn't going with my style at the time. And ready or not, here is the final look. Tell me guys, was this not easy, inexpensive? Everyone can do this, and the best part, it does not look generic. You're not going to find this at your local at-home Target, etc. If you do, let me know. And on that note, I really want to thank you guys for joining me in this video today. If you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. My name is Abigail Marshall. I look forward to bringing you guys creative ideas, home advice, decoration, DIY projects that will make your life better. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you show some love through that like button. I could definitely use some help with my algorithm right now. And again, thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to throw them down in the comment section. I am definitely reading them, and I look forward to hearing from you.